bougie kind of little groove thing. Baby, you got that stuff. Don't quit. Can't get enough.
Wasn't it? It was 50 years ago today that you guys played on the Johnny Cash show.
I think so. I think someone said something about that. There's a whole lot going on now about the 50th anniversary of this and 50th anniversary of that. I'm glad I'm around, you know. I'm one of the few. Most everybody else, has left the scene. Eric's still here, and I'm glad that of everything I've done. I think I made the right choices when it comes to.
Did any other musicians show up for that show when they knew you were going to be playing there?
Oh, the Johnny Cash show?
Yeah.
I would imagine there was some out in the audience because they had a crowd outside. I mean, it was like line went around the block, and that ain't a small block. And they were outside waiting. They had the country audience in there when we did the taping, the video taping of it. They had country folks in there, and
it was
they emptied them out after the show was over. And as they were leaving, all the long-haired hippies came in, and
well, that was a different time. So at that point in time, very difficult for a rock artist to even play the Ryman.
Yeah, well, that's why we did It's Too Late, She's Gone. That was our demo. That's the reason we recorded it. Carl, they said the only musical show that would, in America, at that point in time, that would even come close to taking us, was the Johnny Cash show, and they only took country acts.
Right. I mean, we were very divided then.
Yeah. I mean, you had a country station, and you had a rock station, you had a soul station, and a jazz station.
They did not cross each other.
No. Everybody
so
stayed
what did
out of
people
everybody's
think
way.
of the Johnny Cash show doing that kind of thing? Because that was breakthrough, wasn't it, for Johnny Cash to do that?
Yeah, I think
Groundbreaking, whatever you
I
want to call
think
it.
Bob Dylan had done it, but he was not considered rock and roll. He's not he's a genre unto himself,
Well, he would bring different accent. It were unacceptable in Nashville at the time.
Yeah, and well, we wouldn't accept it as who we were. There's a few folks,
Did Johnny Cash actually pick you guys out to play for the show, or how did that happen?
No, somebody from the audience, from the office rather, did that, because Johnny Cash, nobody knew who we were. We were recording the Layla album, nobody knew who the hell we were. Nobody in the industry knew who we were because Eric wasn't allowing anybody to use his name to promote us. So we were going strictly as Derek and the Dominoes, not Eric Clapton's band or anything like that. So when we did a demo while we were recording, and that's the reason It's Too Late is on there, because we didn't plan on doing that. That was Carl's idea because we had to have a country song for them to check out. Well, of course, when they found out who's in the band, I'm sure that helped. But it wouldn't have helped a damn thing if we hadn't have done a country song. And that's about as country as that band could get.
How long were you guys in Nashville?
We arrived one day, played the next night, and left the next day. Because I had Granny Whitlock and my mom and my sister and Uncle Tommy and Aunt Ginger and their kids there. Everybody staying at the Hermitage Hotel downtown.
Right.
So they were on the front row.
Right.
And really what happened I imagine they'll release this one day, but somebody said something about, wow, Johnny Cash introduced Bobby Whitlock first,
We did do that on one of the videos.
Did we do that?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, I'm not going to do it again.
Well, we don't want to repeat things if we can help it.
No,
But,
I can't help it,
Yeah. Well, they can look up the Johnny Cash show. It's on here. It's on
Yeah,
video.
if they would have They'll probably have a video of the first.
Did you guys
10.
jam at all? I mean, I know you jammed after the show, and people stayed, and you did. But did you jam any longer than the after show thing?
No.
And nobody came and said, "Hey, man, you're whatever." Came
No,
backstage.
you know, we kept to ourselves. Not very many people were allowed around us. You know, there were plenty of people who wanted to be there. You know, but just a few folks, you know, we were let back. You know.
I mean, so this brings up the question of Duane Allman, of he was not in the band. He was not. So why would he?
He was a hired gun.
He
As
showed
a matter
up.
of fact, he recorded Sam the Sham, Domingo Samudio. He was recording his album in Studio B while we were recording the Layla album in Studio A. And Sam, he's a friend, goes way back in my family, but he was a good friend of my mom and stuff. But he asked Duane, and he asked me, he asked all of us if we'd play on his record. And we said no. Duane said, yeah, I'll play. I think he gave him $5,000 or something, you know. And so Duane was actually doing two albums at the same time. He was recording for Sam the Sham and doing the Layla
I don't
album.
believe I've ever heard anyone talk about him playing on Sam the Sham's album.
They never talk about it.
Why is that? I wonder.
Well, I guess because, you know...
Embarrassing?
Nobody... It doesn't matter that Duane Allman is great playing on Sam the Sham's record, but his playing on Domino's thing does matter, you know.
Well, he played with a lot of different people at the time.
A lot of people. Wilson
And we've
Pickett,
talked about that
you
as
know,
well.
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, well, we did discuss that as well.
Yeah.
So, what is your fondest memory of the Johnny Cash show?
The whole thing was a fond memory, but man, I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I mean, we were all wired up pretty good, you know. We had brought some recreational drugs, but everything that we did was recreational. So.
Well, Nashville is pretty well known for being.
Oh hell, that place!
Wired to the
It's a
gills.
wonder everybody can stand up in Nashville, but no shortage of anything. But here we are back there, you know, because all these people, these country stars from way back, you know, like before little Jimmy Dickens, you know, we're talking about Hank Williams and all of them. They had done drugs on this particular table back there, so we all had to do our drugs on that table, and we were all wound up pretty good, you know. And Johnny Cash, when we first did it, he walks out, he goes, who's on speed? You know, he was wired up too, you know, he had like a pill problem.
Well,
But my Granny Whitlock was down here with Granny and Mama and Debbie and Tommy and Ginger and their girls, and it was like, man, I felt like a whore in church on the front row, you know. I swear I did, man. I was guilty as sin. I swear to God I was.
Well,
They didn't have a clue and probably wouldn't have cared. Granny wouldn't have cared anyway.
so funny because my entire life growing up, and I was never around anybody in the South, but we were always under the impression that, you know, Nashville were straight folk.
Oh, hell
and
no. They're all pill drinking.
I kept being told by certain people that I will not mention that it was filled with drugs, and I didn't believe it.
I lived in L.A., and that's where we went when I first left Memphis. I thought that was like, everything was there. Let me tell you, that Nashville, Tennessee has got L.A. beat hands down when it comes to all of that nonsensical stuff. I'd like to say also that I'm clean and sober, you know,
Well, and
over 20 years.
You experienced that in Nashville.
I had experienced that in England and in Nashville, but I didn't do anything until I went to California. I'd never seen marijuana or anything like that when I was growing up in Memphis. We didn't do that. It was all about the music. So for me, it's always been all about the music, the art first, you know, and all that other stuff came second, and that was the downfall.
Right.
That second thing. Yeah.
Well, we were talking last night, and I said that I think my downfall, you were talking about downfalls, was the fact that I didn't do drugs. Kept me out of.
Oh, it kept you out of all kind of trouble, though. You know, you wouldn't be here with me right now. You know, if we had anything had been any different in either of our lives, we wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be sitting here holding.
I'm not
this
saying that
little
I
girl.
regret not doing drugs. Don't get me wrong.
Well, you know,
I would
your
never-
family, your military
no.
family, you're all
No, I
straight
just
laced.
never had any interest in that.
No, that head wasn't there, you know. My head wasn't there either, you know, until I got out there with that Delaney and Bonnie. Bonnie showed me how to roll a joint, and Eric showed me how to roll an English joint.
A spliff.
Yeah, man. I was finding out all kind of stuff.
Yeah, but you roll your own, in England, you roll your own cigarettes. That was a well-known fact.
Yeah, well, hell, they did that in Arkansas, too.
Yeah.
Well, the proof is in the puffin', in the puffin', in the puffin', and PA has the flavor, the flavor, the flavor. The proof is in the puffin', and PA has the flavor most favored in the USA. Yeah, that's the Prince Albert and the Can commercial from when I was 8 years old, living in Diaz, Arkansas. And I'm the only person I know that knows all the lyrics and, even why it is Prince Albert. You guys got Prince Albert in a can, or you better let him out. No, yeah.
Do you think that puppy likes that?
Huh? Look at her. Yeah, you gonna be on TV? Turn around.
She was sleeping. That's Savvy, our new puppy.
That's Savvy. She's the sweetest thing in the world. What's she doing back there?
She's laying down. You make her sleepy.
Yeah. Try her
She
out.
likes sleeping with you.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Yeah, she sleeps up in bed with us.
Goes like jelly. Look at her.
Well, I'm glad to have that we have the technology where we can do something like this, and it goes out to lots of folks, you know. They see things that are okay, you know, and it's all right. See, put a dog to sleep, you know. I can talk a dog to sleep.
She's got one eye on us.
Look at her. Ah, dang. What did we do to deserve such a sweet little girl like this? She's got big brown spots on her back, 2 of them, just like that. Yeah.
But she's got her little skin
Her
suit on.
conformation is perfect, you know. If she was an Appaloosa horse, she would probably go for, you know, $7,500, $8,000 easy, you know. All these spots. Yeah.
All right, so signing off for today. Hope you all have a
Yeah,
good
it's been
day
a while,
today.
but, you know, there's been a lot going down, you know, and I'd rather it be going down than coming up.
No, you'd rather
Yeah, man, it pops its head up every now and then. I'll just soon it not, you know. Well, everybody have fun. Whatever you do, have fun. You know, love each other. Be kind, you know, and have fun in this world. Life's too short, you know. Get to breaking into a Beatles song.
Bye. Say goodbye. Trying to focus.
Look at her.
Puppy Bev.
Yeah.